Hi, I'm Foggy Michael, and welcome to Computers Before the Internet. Episode 4, The Card That Took Me Hours. This is another of my favorite stories from the days when computers filled entire rooms. One evening, while working as an IBM computer operator at Hilti, I damaged one of the punch cards that made up the RPG compiler. RPG stood for Report Program Generator. It was IBM's programming language for payroll, inventory, order processing, and accounting. It wasn't a role-playing game. That came much later. We wrote our programs in RPG because programmers could read and write them. The computer couldn't. So we used an RPG compiler. A compiler is simply a translator. It takes a program written in a language programmers understand, like RPG, and translates it into machine language, the language computers understand. The problem was, I damaged a card that was actually part of the compiler itself. I couldn't just download another copy because I didn't know where they were. So I sat down at the key punch machine and spent hours reproducing that one card, one column at a time. Some columns required 3 or 4 punches. That meant holding down the dupe key on the key punch while punching each hole exactly where it was supposed to go. Every hole mattered. One wrong punch and the compiler wouldn't work. The next morning, Frank came in. I proudly showed him what I had done. He laughed at me, and then he smiled and said, "Foggy, that's impressive, but watch this." He walked over and grabbed a magnetic tape and loaded it. That tape contained the entire RPG compiler. A few minutes later, the card punch was clattering away, producing a brand new compiler deck. Hours of my work replaced in minutes. I wasn't upset. I was amazed. Now let me explain why one card matters so much. Every punched card represented information. Each card had 80 columns. Each column represented a character, a letter, a number, or a symbol. These holes were not random. Every pattern of holes represented a character using a coding system called Hollerith code. The computer read those patterns of holes as information. One punched card could contain one line of a computer program. Today, a single photo on your phone contains millions of bytes. Back then, one punched card held one line of a program. That's why damaging one card could stop an entire compiler from working. Without the compiler, my RPG program was just words on punched cards. The compiler turned those words into instructions the IBM System 360 could actually execute. The compiler itself was too large to fit into memory all at once, so IBM divided it into 2 passes. Load pass 1. Feed in your source program. The compiler cooked away and analyzed your program. Then, load pass 2. If everything was correct, the computer punched out an object deck. That deck was your finished program. No executable file, no hard drive, no SSD, just another stack of punched cards. Next time, I'll show you exactly how information was stored in an 80-column card. Thanks for watching. See you next time.